Happy Sunday morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Sarasota. My name is Ron Frost and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center. We're so happy that you're able to join us. We have a very exciting Sunday morning and we're here as a center to help you discover a deeper relationship with the God of your understanding and discovering the truth, the spiritual truth that is already within you. I start with namaste. Namaste is a Sanskrit word which means the divinity within me recognizes, honors, and blesses the divinity within you. And when we begin each Sunday morning, we start by sharing our vision and our mission. Feel free to join along with me. The words will be on your screen. Our vision is empowering spiritual growth as a loving, inclusive, worldwide community. And now here's our mission. Our mission, we teach science of mind principles and other life-affirming spiritual truths. We explore, learn, grow, connect, honoring all paths to God. We offer in-person and online weekly services, classes, workshops, affirmative prayer support, and other spiritual tools. We create opportunities for joyful social connection, community outreach, and service. And we celebrate the awakening of our innate spiritual magnificence. And now I invite you to simply go within, just take a pause, relax, sit comfortably in your chair, breathe, and Bob Teasdale is now going to set the tone with a beautiful song by Christy Snow called I Am Opening.
I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. I am opening, I am opening, my heart is ready to receive. We are opening, we are opening, our hearts are ready to receive. We are opening, we are opening, our hearts are ready to receive.
As we take in the words of this song, I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. For I know that back of all life is one infinite, all-loving, fully present, abundant source. It is the divine creation of all life. Call it spirit, call it the love beauty of the universe, or call it God. It is the one essence that lives, breathes, and exists, that has a continuous supply of life-giving values and principles. And that out of itself, it creates infinite, all-loving expressions made manifest. So I know that if it creates all, that it creates me, that I am one completely with this source, that it lives, breathes, and exists as me, and it's in this prayer, these thoughts, these words at this now moment. I know that same divine truth for all of humanity, for the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota, and for all that are listening to this live broadcast at this current moment, as well as in the future. And as I anchor these words of truth for myself, I anchor these truths for all. That this divine source lives and breathes as me, that I have infinite love, sufficiency, and ability to have wellness, perfect health, to be able to live and express my true creative expression through an abundance of opportunities, to have deep, nourishing, and perfect relationships, and to live and express my sole purpose. I have more than enough. And it's with a grateful heart that I recognize these truths, that Spirit continuously and always renders a sufficiency beyond expectation, a continuous outbirthing of love, of support, and divine beingness that nurtures my soul. I surrender these words, this thought, this prayer to that infinite supply of the law of mind, knowing it is done, made manifest as my birthright, as my life, as my joy. And I anchor it with a word, and so it is. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our spiritual leader, Rev Karen Wolfson, with her message called More Than Enough. More Than Enough Part 1. There's going to be more than enough coming up, but this message is to kick it off, titled More Than Enough. And the interesting thing is the song, which is from our special guest musician, Daniel Nahmod, is titled the same thing, More Than Enough. And many of you have probably heard Daniel Nahmod's song. We sing them here at the center, but to have him bless us at this moment and to be able to sing music for us, I want to run through a little bit of his bio so you know a little bit more about how amazing Daniel Nahmod is. He has sold over 110,000 CDs and 10,000 songbooks because he inspires other people to sing his music. So he sells his songbooks. He does this under his own label. He's released over 23 albums and has performed for over 2 million people, including as a keynote musical performer with his friend and collaborator Nemo at the 2019 Parliament of the World's Religions in Toronto. before an international multi-faith audience of over 10,000. His music has been licensed by Saturday Night Live, The Today Show, The Voice, the Super Bowl, and also American Idol. And his songs are regularly performed by soloists, choirs, and congregations of many of the world's major faiths around the world. Well, please put your hands together, sit back, and enjoy this song, which is the same as the title that Reverend Karen is delivering, the song by Daniel Nahmod called More Than Enough. Here's Daniel.
Hello, my friends in Sarasota, Florida. Reverend Karen, Bob. It's Daniel Nahmod here, half a world away. Well, not really, but across the country, fully across the country in Orange County, California. Sure wish I could sing for you in person, although the commute would be a little bit trickier. I hope you're well. So glad to be singing for you today. This is a song from an album of mine called Sacred Love, and it is a philosophy and approach to life that I stand by, even though I read all kinds of headlines that tell me not to think this way or feel this way. I think it's true. There is, in fact, more than enough for all of us. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Sing it again. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. More than enough. More than enough. Lots to think about there. You know, I have found that pretty much all my doubts and fears have never originated in my assuming more than enough. I mean, there's more than enough, I'm more than enough. It's a pretty short distance between my angst du jour and a sense of not enough. But as Daniel's song says, there is more than enough. In this infinite universe, there is more than enough. So for today and the next 2 Sundays, I hope you'll explore this with me and how we can open our perspective to just that. Whatever challenge or opportunity is in front of us, to see ourselves through the lens of more than enough. To see ourselves through the lens of more than enough of whatever we need. But first, let's check in with each other. How's your week been? A week of not enough or a week of more than enough? Well, I'm so happy knowing that you're out there and, you know, in the days between these weekly times together, you are in my thoughts, and I'm wondering, how are you getting along? What's going on in your life? And your emails and notes often let me know. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, we enjoy your letting us know where you are and the comments you might make. And to you, our team of financial contributors, you continue to be an essential, absolutely essential part of all that makes it possible for us to continue sharing our message, our caring, and our connection. So thank you for standing by us. And thank you all for joining with us today. As I think of you, I continue to affirm and see you as vibrantly healthy and abundantly supported in every way with more than enough. So, about that, how often do we lament, I don't have enough time or money or opportunities or resources, or you can fill in the blank. Not to mention when facing personal challenges and problems, we find ourselves feeling woefully inadequate. I'm not enough. Just feeling like total inadequacy. I'm not enough. How different our days, our life experience, even our world would be if we could view everything through the lens of there is enough, I am enough, and there's more than enough. You know, we're so conditioned to gauge enoughness, and that's a word I kind of made up for this message, enoughness, according to appearances, according to what we see all around us, to what we can quantify, that we forget that there is so much more than meets the eye that couldn't possibly be quantified, nor would it need to be. And when we forget that, we revert to our default setting of, you guessed it, not enough. But the truth is, there is more than enough of everything. So, what is the basis of such a daring and bodacious perspective? One word: infinite. Infinite. The nature of the Creator, of God by whatever name, it is infinite. It is beyond limits, and because it is infinite, there's nothing else but it. So, this universe is a creation of the infinite out of its infinite self. I know it's a lot to wrap our heads around, but it follows also that you and I are creations of this infinite allness out of itself. And so, as expressions of this infinite, there can only be more than enough. And you and I are more than enough. So here's how the architect of our philosophy, Ernest Holmes, put it. He said, everything in the universe is a unique expression of the one thing, which is the cause of all things. This one creative power is expressing as you in a unique way and is always seeking a fuller outlet of its infinite possibilities. You are a special creation of God, he says, and you have full access to the unlimited potential of infinite intelligence. Isn't that wonderful to know? Here's a perfect example of this, and I love to tell this fable. You've heard it before. It bears repeating because it nets it all out. There's this wise woman who was traveling in the mountains, and she found a very precious stone in a stream. And she took it. And the next day, she met another traveler who was hungry, and the wise woman opened her bag to share her food with this traveler. And that hungry traveler, while she opened her bag, saw the precious stone, and he asked the woman to give it to him. And you know, she did. She gave it to him without hesitation. Well, the traveler left, went on his way rejoicing in his good fortune. He knew that stone was worth enough to give him security for a lifetime. But a few days later, he came back. He came back to return the stone to the wise woman, and he said, I've been thinking. I know how valuable this stone is, but I'm giving it back in the hope that you can give me something even more valuable and precious. Give me what you have within you that enabled you without hesitation to give me this stone. It is as our brilliant spiritual teacher, Joel Goldsmith, I guess he was from about the early 1900s, he said, infinity is within us at this and every moment. Infinity is within us at this and every moment. Let us show forth this infinity. That wise woman did just that. She absolutely knew there was more than enough. So this is not about quantity at all. It is about quality. Quality. The quality of more than enough. Not more than enough stuff. See, I think we get so preoccupied with quantifying things, money, opportunities, time, achievements, and so on, which are all fine, but we're so preoccupied with the quantifying of those things that we don't even recognize the infinite quality of our inner wealth, where there is always more than enough. You are one with the infinite. All the wealth, the power, and the goodness of this spirit exists at the center of your being. There's this wonderful story illustrating this from this month's Science of Mind magazine. It's about an entrepreneur who was deeply in debt, and he couldn't figure a way out. Payroll was due, people depended on him, creditors were calling, and he sat on a park bench, head down, contemplating how to save his company from bankruptcy, when an old man wandered by, saw him, and came and sat down beside him. Well, hearing the desperation in this businessman's voice, he said, I can help you. I can help you. And with that, he wrote the man a check and told him to meet up with him in exactly 1 year to repay him. And with that, he handed over the check and disappeared. Amazingly, the check was written for $500,000 and signed by John D. Rockefeller, who was at the time one of the world's wealthiest individuals. Well, our distraught entrepreneur immediately thought, this check can instantly solve all the problems of my business. But then he had a thought. He decided to place that check in his safe, and just the thought of being able to fall back on it gave him the strength and courage to find solutions to all of his problems with that business. And within a couple of months, amazingly, he was out of debt, and soon his business was once again thriving. Well, he returned to that park on that 1 year anniversary of receiving that check, and he intended to return it to the old man, along with excitedly sharing the story of his year of success. And he saw the old man approaching, and just as he saw him, he also saw a nurse chasing after him. And she breathlessly exclaimed, oh, I'm glad I caught up with him. I trust he wasn't bothering you. He always runs away to this park, and he tells people that he is John Rockefeller. Well, our businessman was quite amused as he realized that when he thought he had $500,000 to fall back on, he had been once again courageous, resourceful, and creative, as he had been in the early days of his business. Clearly, it wasn't the money that made the difference, but rather his perspective. So, how would your confidence and actions shift if you knew you could access infinite resources? Infinite resources. More than enough of whatever you need. Here is the only requirement. Holmes wrote, "You experience this good in such degree as you accept, believe in, and feel it. You need but permit its radiance to flow through your thought into self-expression." Another way he explains this is this. He says, spiritual substance is limitless, and it takes form in our experience according to the mold we give it. He goes on to say, as much abundance as we can conceive of cannot even begin to include the whole, but the amount we can conceive of is what we will have. So another way of saying this might come as a surprise. It's saying we need to be better receivers. That's right, we need to be better receivers. You know, a few years ago when I did a series of talks on abundance, I did one on abundant receiving because a book had come to my attention at that time by Amanda Owen. And the entire book is about the power of receiving. You would think. And she poses some questions in that book. She says, are you more comfortable and maybe even better with giving than receiving? Are you concerned that receiving is synonymous with taking? And then she says, adamantly, stop obsessing about what you want in life and start receiving it. And she continues, the spiritual truth is you were born to be a receiver, a vessel through which all good flows. Now, Ernest Holmes spoke of receiving this way. He said, life is ready to give us all that we desire, but we must first let go of struggle. And I'm going to say struggle, that's code for not enough. We must give up struggle, he said, and we must set up a receiving center. No matter how abundantly life may pour out its infinite gifts, we must hold up our bowl of acceptance or the gift cannot be complete. Well, how do we do that? Well, here are a couple of ways. Feel it and recognize it. The situation may be, I don't have it, and I really, really want this. And we've all been there, haven't we? There's something we feel there's not enough of and we really want it or we even need it. We feel a strong sense of, I just don't have it. Oh, I want it, I need it, but I don't have it. And you know what? That feeling tone of our thoughts, of our consciousness, manifests as our experiences. You know that. So that intense feeling of I don't have it shows up as more of the same. I don't have it. However, a consciousness of receptivity, of receiving, has not only the thought and belief of having already received, but the feeling of having already received. It's more than just a belief and a knowing, it's a feeling. It's a consciousness of fullness, of more than enough. Here's how it was expressed by Jesus, the master teacher. He said it is one of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven that to whomever has, more shall be given. But whomever does not have, even what that person has, shall be taken away. That doesn't seem very nice, does it? What he's saying is, those that have a consciousness of having will attract more. And those that dwell in a consciousness of not having, well, will attract more of not having. The consciousness of a receiver is a deep belief and feeling. I already have. I've already received that which I desire. Again, Jesus, the master teacher, said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, or that you are receiving it, and it will be yours. Ernest Holmes said it this way: the Spirit can only give us what we will receive. And since receiving is an act of consciousness, we must know that the gift is made even before we see it. So he concludes, it's not a question of its willingness, nor of its ability. It is entirely a question of our own receptivity. Feel it, and then recognize it. Here's an example that came into my mind of as I was preparing this, and I remembered from years and years ago of recognizing it. I was in my late 20s. It was the Christmas holidays. I was at a very low point. I had no job, no boyfriend. I was all alone in the process of moving across country from one state to another, to my family's home and the place where I had grown up, Minneapolis. And I was kind of starting from scratch, but the universe was taking care of me in so many ways. Well, my grandmother, what happened while I was in Minneapolis, my grandmother wanted to fly from Minneapolis to the Bay Area to visit her daughter. Well, I didn't have to go back to where I was moving from right away, so I said, I'll take you, Grandma. She didn't want to fly alone. And so she paid for my plane fare. We flew out there to California, and I dropped her off at my aunt's home, and I set off to see San Francisco. I had never been there. And I thought, well, I'm here. I have more time than money, so I'm going to do some exploring. I found the cheapest hotel I could and stayed there. I was so naive, and things were quite a bit different then than they are now. And I don't know, I must have had a little bit of money, but not much. What an adventure. Now, I had no clue about this teaching, nor was I even religious. But I recall particularly a moment on that trip when I was alone on the ferry ride from San Francisco to Sausalito. It was a typically foggy, chilly day, San Francisco style. And technically, at that moment, I realized no one in the world knows where I am. I'm out here in the middle of the bay on this ferry going from San Francisco to Sausalito. I had nothing. I knew no one there. And I felt exhilarated. I felt rich. Most of my life was full of unknowns. And yet, for some reason, I felt excited and thrilled. Anything was possible. And as it turned out, there were some amazingly wonderful surprises on that trip and even after that. It reminds me of what author Nicholas Sparks said. It is the possibility that keeps me going, not the guarantee. The possibility, not the guarantee. And there I was. No guarantees, but a lot of possibility. The point is, to be receptive to all of this more than enough, we have to notice it. Notice the abundance, the wealth, the more than enough right in front of you in this moment. Now, Daniel is going to wrap this up with another of his original songs, which I asked him to do for us because I love the title and the theme, Sitting on a Gold Mine. And that reminded me of an ancient fable told to me by my dad when I was, maybe 12 years old, and there have been many versions of it throughout the years. And you've probably heard it. It's a good reminder. And the point of it is there's no need to scurry here and there thinking your good is somewhere else. You know, the grass is greener. And the fable is titled Acres of Diamonds. And it's about an ancient Persian who is named Ali Hafed. And he owned a very large farm with orchards and grain fields and gardens and everything that was about wealth in that time. He was so wealthy and he was very contented. But one day he had a visitor who told him about diamonds. That if he had a mine of diamonds, he could purchase vast amounts of land and he would have amazing power because of that wealth and more. Well, that night, Ali Hafed went to bed very discontented and unhappy. I want a mine of diamonds, he said. So he sold his farm and all of his possessions, and he went in search of the diamonds. Well, after a long time, he had spent all his money and he was destitute, and still no diamonds. Meanwhile, The man who had purchased Eli Hafed's farm discovered quite by accident what became a huge and lucrative diamond mine. Had Eli Hafed remained at home and dug under his own fields, he would have enjoyed his acres of diamonds. More than enough, right where he was. So think about these words, and these words that are in the song that Daniel's going to sing. I've had so many doubts along the way, but now I've figured out that every day my fortune's always found within my faith, and all I need to do is let it flow. For there is no wall around me. Only fear has truly bound me. And all I need is trust, and I am free. I'm sitting on a gold mine. My treasure has been right here all the time. All I needed was to understand that whatever I'm believing, that's what I'm receiving from the riches that reside inside of me. Sitting on a gold mine. So enjoy, have a wonderful week, experiencing more than enough. I'll see you soon.
I'm not sure I would have guessed that 20 years after writing and recording this song, in about the year 2000 or so, that I would still be writing and recording songs. I didn't really have a backup plan, but here I am still doing this, probably 20 albums later, not just 20 years. But a lot of what I do to this day began with the album called One Power that features this song. And even more so, if you've ever heard the recording, and if you can find it maybe online, YouTube or something, you'd get a kick out of the background vocals. I can't possibly do them while I'm singing the lead, but the background vocals for me, that was a formative experience. I had more fun singing the background vocals, 20, 30, 40 parts, than I did even singing the lead, and the lead is fun. This song is a little bit of a kick in the pants. I hope you enjoy it. So way back from the year 2000 or so, a song called Sitting on a Gold Mine. I've had so many doubts along the way. Felt like life was just another bill to pay without anything to show. But now I've figured out that every day my fortune's always found within my faith. And all I needed was to let it flow, 'cause there's no wall around me, only fear has ever bound me. And all I need is trust, and I am free. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I'm sitting on a gold mine, alright. My treasure has been right here all the time. I'm sitting on a gold mine. Finally, I'm breaking through so many lies. All those people telling me to run and hide from the truth of what I am. But now I'm telling you, the future's bright. Tomorrow shines like diamonds in the sky. And all I needed was to understand that whatever I'm believing, well, that's what I'm receiving from the riches that reside inside of me. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I'm sitting on a gold mine, oh yeah. My treasure has been right here all the time. I'm sitting on a gold mine. So don't you listen, never listen to that voice that says you better play it safe, that says you don't have any choice, 'cause you're as gifted as an angel, as brilliant as the sun. Just say the word and heaven has begun. We're sitting on a gold mine. We're sitting on a gold mine, oh yeah. Our treasure has been right here all the time. We're sitting on a gold mine. Thanks.
Wow, thank you, Daniel. Sitting on a Gold Mine. What a wonderful song to wrap up Reverend Karen's message, the message of more than enough. Reverend Karen, that message, that hit home for me, and I'm sure it hit home for many of our listeners. So I want to thank everyone, whether you've been here as a longtime follower or this is the first moment showing up. We really honor, respect, and love your financial contributions because that allows us to do what we do, whether it's messages like this, workshops. You can check out some of the workshops that we've been doing, classes, prayer support. We're simply here to help honor your spiritual essence and your spiritual development. So we take this moment at each Sunday to be able to receive your blessings. And so on your website, you'll see our website, you'll see the donate button, which will allow you to contribute via PayPal, credit card, or you can mail a check to our address shown here on the website. Or you can set up automatic contributions through your own online banking. The website is cslsarasota.com. And now I invite you to take your virtual gift in your hand and place it over your heart, blessing it, share it, and know with me these words. My gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. And the divine flow returns it to me multiplied abundantly. And now please join me in our offering affirmation. I give thanks that I may share of my good, my love, and my support. Thank you very much. And so by now you've realized some of the workshop that's been going on. Some of you actually attended. The first one was Dr. Harvey Kalsis. He's a doctor of Chinese medicine as well as acupuncture, and he gave us a very good workshop called In the Flow. If you haven't seen it, it's on our YouTube channel, it's on our Facebook page, as well as you can find it on our website, cslsarasota.com. And yesterday we had an amazing workshop from Lisa Lassard. She's a life coach, and hers was on creating an effective habitual thought foundation. So many of you showed up, and if you didn't attend, please, this is a free workshop series. So if you missed out on it, please go to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, or again, our website, and you'll be able to watch Lisa's workshop. Very valuable lessons from both Dr. Harvey as well as Lisa in their workshops. So the next one coming up is going to be delivered by myself. It's called Getting Unstuck. So no matter where you are in your journey of life, if you feel that you're a little bit lost, or you're not living your purpose, or you just feel overwhelmed with that constant everyday hamster wheel of life, that you're just feeling kind of stuck, we're going to explore some basic principles that you already know. And this is coming up next month in June. And more information will be posted on our Facebook page, as well as will be shared in our email newsletter. So if you are not receiving our email newsletter, please take this moment, go to our website. You'll see the subscribe section of our website, and just enter your information in there and you'll be put on our list, or visit our Facebook page where you can find out additional information. All right, I just got a couple other announcements. Oh, I do want to talk about spiritual practitioners, which I am one of those. If you have a prayer request, here on our website, there is a prayer request button, and it allows you to send your prayer where we all pray over it. Now, there are 4 licensed spiritual practitioners: Kathleen Frankert, Jim Grove, Jaron Nelson, and myself. And we basically are there to help support you with prayer. So no matter what you may needing prayer for, please, submit your prayer on our website, and we will follow up by holding you in prayer. Additionally, practitioners, which many people don't realize, we're also like spiritual coaches. And to find out more information or to be able to set up a session, you can go to our website, and on the left-hand side, you will see a section called staff on the left-hand side. And when you choose that, that'll bring you to us. All of our information is on there, and we would all love to be able to support you with spiritual coaching as well as prayer. All right, 2 more reminders. Pop-up prayers with our spiritual practitioner, Jaron Nelson. These are 5 to 10 minute videos focusing on a particular topic with a short reading, an affirmative prayer, and an affirmation to take with you. These videos are posted once a week on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and also in our weekly e-newsletter. Jaron welcomes hearing from you regarding prayer topics that you would like her to use. Send yours to the email that you see on the screen. Also, you can scroll through the topics addressed in previously posted prayers to find the encouragement and support you need in any given moment. And finally, by so popular, every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. is our spiritual living circles, facilitated by our licensed spiritual practitioner, Jim Grove. These circles are informal, inspiring, and thought-provoking, and they're also free. So please show up on Wednesday. You can find the actual topic that they're going to be talking about. All of them are from Science of Mind magazine. This one coming up is called Why Your Gratitude Isn't Working. Why Your Gratitude Isn't Working. So that's going to be the topic. And to get the Zoom link, you're going to want to email Jim Grove. His email is shown on the screen. So I'm so glad that you showed up today. This has been a wonderful morning, and we hope that you take this love, this vibration, this energy with you into the world, to share it and inspire others. And please share our Facebook page for others to listen to our messages as well. So thank you. Please join in to our song, our closing song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thank you. Have a great week.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with